by explaining 2 things about me. Number 1, if you already hadn't guessed by looking at me, I'm Indian. Just this part laughed. Rest of you racists. I'm kidding. But also true, not only am I Indian, I'm also slightly autistic, which means sometimes I have problems communicating with people. And I know what some of you are thinking. An Indian who can't talk to people? I should get a job in a call centre. Relax, I'm not just here to tick the autistic and ethnic box tonight. I also tick the one-liner box. For example, do you think if Hitler was alive today, that he could challenge Churchill to cheaper car insurance? Oh, no. Should Muslim women who wear the full veil be allowed to join Facebook? I think I should move on after that offensive joke. This one's a true story. Last week, I was caught masturbating at the airport. To which a security guard came up to me and said, "What do you think you're doing, fella?" To which I replied, "I'm making sure I don't carry liquids over 100 mils. Thanks. It takes bollocks to say that joke. They say the biggest fear is fear itself. Unless you live in Brixton, then it's definitely knife and gun crime. Last year, my best mate was accused of date rape. And when he went to court, he pleaded that it wasn't a date. To be honest, that's the joke that can go either way tonight. I don't mean to offend with that joke. I am not an offensive person. I'm a Hindu, so I don't have beef with anyone. Come on. Most offensive thing I've seen in my lifetime, Whyteleaf, is when Elton John did a recently televised gig to a group of wheelchair users, and the first song he played was "I'm Still Standing." I'll tell you a little bit about my life. I have a condition called dyspraxia. Give us a cheer if you heard of it. Yay. If you don't know what it is, it's basically when a person has piss poor coordination and organisation skills. Now, most of my dyspraxic mates knew there was something wrong with them. They've all got speech impediments. At best with this condition, I've got a fucking shit walk. Allow me to demonstrate in this very, very small space here. So. This is actually how I walk during the daytime. But here's the weird thing. When I was younger, you actually couldn't tell I was dyspraxic, because I was a child of the mid-90s. Therefore, I grew up listening to a lot of Oasis. So whenever I look like this, everyone just thought I was fucking mad for it. I was reading the Dyspraxic Foundation website the other day. You got to have a hobby. This is the official organisation for the condition, and no word of a lie, it stated that other symptoms of dyspraxia included lack of rhythm when dancing, as well as inability to remember or follow instructions. That's not dyspraxia. What that website has just described is a fucking bloke. We might have some dyspraxics over there from Somerset, I'm not sure. And the website that further states other symptoms include having problems carrying out everyday tasks such as cooking, cleaning, and craft work. Craft work? Correct me if I'm wrong, but whenever has craft work been considered everyday task? When time my mum or your mum fella said to you, son, after you wash the dishes, make sure you do some fucking pottery. You bastard. Biggest problem I have with this condition, or my worst skill set, is driving. I realise I'm 28 fucking years old. I've yet to pass my driving test after 5 attempts. I bet every time my proud, traditional, middle class, neurotic Indian mother is reminded of this fact, I bet she's thinking, how the fuck is he going to become a doctor? When clearly he can't even make us a minicab driver. It's not all bad. One of the advantages of being a stand-up comedian and having this condition is that no one can steal my material. That's because no one can read my fucking handwriting. I'll tell you why life's not all bad. It's amazing to think and very hard to believe after 1 year in comedy, I got reviewed as one to watch for the future. Unfortunately, that review came from the Criminal Records Bureau. You shouldn't really cheer there. Other day I found out my girlfriend was pregnant, but don't worry, it's not mine. It's Madonna's now. That's not true. The real truth is my traditional Indian parents were livid when I told them I batted for the other team, if you know what I mean. Pakistan. You get a little worried there for a moment. You're holding on your girlfriend just that little bit tighter. But relax, fella, that joke is actually about my ethnicity. And speaking of a related subject, did you know that up to 10% of the population in this country have some level of dyspraxia? To put that into perspective, there's nearly twice as many of us as the immigrants. But because it's a hidden disability, you can't tell a thing. But imagine if it became more visible in the public eye. How fucked up would that be, seriously? It'd just take one Daily Mail reader, / right-wing nutjob to go, these dyspraxics, they come over here, stealing our jobs, then lose them straight away. Would I have a go at the ones with the speech impediments? These dyspraxics, they come over here, some of them can't even speak the fucking language. But speaking of immigration, just the other day, a bunch of blokes walked up to me and said, "Oi mate, go back to where you came from." And because I was dyspraxic, unfortunately, I had to ask them for directions first. The wider point I'm trying to make is if there was no immigrant population tomorrow, we'll be having to go at other sections of society for all our problems, whether it's dyspraxics, gingers, I don't know. I don't make the rules. And we're already starting to do that. Did you know the year is 2011, and as a member of the Asian community, I'm twice as likely to get stopped and searched by the police. But also, it got me thinking, due to my lack of organisation, I have a tendency to lose things all the time. So initially, I could turn these 2 negatives into 2 fucking positives. Because next time I get frisked by a police officer, number 1, he'll find out I'm not a terrorist. And number 2, I'll find out where the fuck my keys have been for the last 2 days. So this is me, I'm Don Biswas, it's 2011, I've got coordination difficulties. I went to my doctor the other day, told him I had coordination difficulties, as a result I can't drive a car. Is there any way I could get a freedom pass? That's free travel on London Transport, for those who don't know. And no word of a lie, my doctor said to me, in order to be considered for a freedom pass, you have to have schizophrenia or worse. So I said, fair enough. Can I have 2 freedom passes then? I'm trying to make is a hidden disability. No one knows the problems I face on a daily basis other than driving. The fact I've been unemployed most of my life, Whyteleaf. I often wondered, what would the perfect job be for me? And then I realised this. I have problems with space and awareness. You know, judging different distances, different heights, lengths and widths. Therefore, I could get a job as an estate agent. Speaking of jobs, I had a job interview for Channel 4, but I turned up an hour late. So I was given the job at Channel 4 plus 1. As a child, my dad used to read me a series of bedtime stories based on fantasy, adventure, mythical creatures, good versus evil, in a world where anything could happen and people are always out to get you. And then I grew up, and my dad stopped buying the Daily Mail. A joke there for you conservatives out there. So, ladies in the audience, madam in the audience, what's your name? Louise. Do you read New Magazine news? Have you heard of it? Has it? Give us a cheer if anyone else has heard of New Magazine. Yeah. Just Louise then. On the cover of New Magazine, it's a gossip magazine, it says 50p cheaper than Now, as in Now Magazine. But I didn't know that at first. So when I read 50p cheaper than Now, I thought to myself, I've got to buy this in the future to get a discount. A joke for you slightly clever ones out there. Who's got GCSEs? I'm kidding. Ladies and gentlemen, at the start of my set, I did mention the fact I was slightly autistic. When I say slightly autistic, this is the part of the gig where it turns into less of a comedy gig and me just telling you what the fuck's wrong with me. Amazing, I support Liverpool. I live near Croydon. But I am slightly autistic. A couple of years ago, genuinely true, I was diagnosed with a mild form of Asperger's syndrome. Give us a cheer if you heard of Asperger's syndrome. Yeah. If you don't know what it is, it's a form of autism where you have problems communicating with people. Basically, you can't read someone else's body language. No, I don't think I've got this Asperger's syndrome. Well, I wouldn't be here today looking people in the eye telling fucking jokes. And anyway, one of the symptoms of Asperger's syndrome the doctor said I had was having one-sided conversations. You've guessed it, with other people. That's not Asperger's syndrome. What the doctor has just described there is a stand-up comedian. I'm starting to think what happened a couple of years ago when I got tested, my results got mixed up with someone who is generally autistic. And now what's happened, I tell you what's happened, there's some kind of Rain Man-like figure out there on the circuit who's been told by a doctor he's a fucking comedian. As you probably can tell, a lot of my set tonight revolves around identity. One part of my identity I always used to confuse about was my class. Because ultimately, I come from a middle-class family, but because of learning difficulties, I work a low-paid job. I'm a broke stand-up comedian, living the fucking dream. But it got me thinking, what actually now is a new thing called broke middle class. That means I still carry out middle class activities, but unfortunately, I have to do it on a budget. For example, the last time I visited Waitrose was during the riots. I'll leave with this. You've been a great audience tonight, you have. And you've got great acts ahead of you. As you can tell, that joke was about the riots, and there's been a lot of topical news this year. So my advice to you, with all the shit that's going on in the world with the topical news, Amy Winehouse dying, the riots, what's happened to the economy, my advice is just laugh, you bastards. Laugh as hard as you can, and drink as well. The more you drink, the funnier we get. Because there's a lot of shit going on in the world. And I want to share with you the most tragic news story that's touched me this year. Was of a 13-year-old girl who lived in Coventry, and the police found a gun underneath her bed. And when I read this story, I thought to myself, what the fuck is happening to society when people are still living in Coventry? I think God business. Give it up for Sheila Kersey, a wonderful MC.